Hello everybody and welcome to Haus. I'm Rob, he's Connor, and the guy above me, and we are very excited to be talking about a major new update for Pokemon Legends ZA, one that I don't think either of us were really expecting. I know there had been rumors that they were going to show some stuff at the Nintendo Direct that we got March 27th, but this was a little bit more information than I was expecting. Connor, we got what happens at the end of those other trailers with our phone lighting up and then kind of the Lumiose Tower lighting up. You want to give any quick thoughts before we hop into this video?
Yeah, I think this is, from my perspective, kind of exactly what I wanted to see from this game, to be honest. So I didn't have this exact thing in mind, but it gives a lot of explanation to the name of the game and different aspects like that. So yeah, honestly, just pure excitement. I watched this trailer once, just about 5 minutes ago. Really excited about it. So yeah, happy to dig in.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Before we dive in, though, before we dig in, make sure to like and subscribe so you guys do not miss out on any Pokemon content, as we have it coming out nearly every single day where we're talking about Legends ZA news. We are coming up with new theories of our own. We've got Let's Plays, a whole bunch of awesome stuff at the channel. And make sure you like, because it helps the algorithm, to be honest with you. But it also shows us that you actually like these types of videos as well. Let us know in the comment section below what you think of ZA Royale. And let's hop into it here, Connor. I'm going to hit the start now. So you see Lumiose Tower. And they talk here. When night falls,
the city's aura
all of the wild areas, Connor, get red.
To participate in a tournament.
That's the big part.
The ZA Royale.
And so the ZA Royale, right? They show all these trainers, by the way. And I'm wrong. I apologize. If you stop here at 2048, the wild areas are still there, but there are new areas where you can battle.
You can see it.
So yeah. I did not realize that. And you got the little win counter up here on the right. It looks like you have some tickets as well up here on the top right, and maybe a currency of some kind. Very interesting, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't say I was expecting that. What do you think that this is all about, Connor? Because this was pretty unexpected, to be honest with you. I did not even see this initially.
Yeah, I wonder if if there's different trainers at different letters kind of in set zones, and you have to earn a certain amount of tickets to get entry to the next zone.
Oh, okay.
It is good. It's good to see that there are still wild Pokemon out at night, because that makes sense for what we had kind of speculated last time we broke down one of these videos, and that was that there's gonna be Pokemon that are in their trope that are out at night. And you still need to be able to catch them. So this makes sense, at least in that regard. But yeah, the tickets are interesting, and the win count is interesting, because it's almost like you're gonna want to continue to win. Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's also the gold here, and I'm wondering if that's going to be used to buy items to help your Pokemon, because they've been putting a lot more emphasis on the battling portion of these games, to be honest with you. And this is very interesting. I'm wondering almost if these tickets also could be for like getting certain Pokemon that you wouldn't be able to get, right? Because maybe that's going to be their way to solve this issue, right? Of us not being able to get maybe all the Pokemon that are out in the other regions, right? You can also see, Connor, on the map here, what's interesting as well is you have like a little red line on the left side of your compass there, of your, I don't know, mini map, if you want to call it. I believe that was green in the last one, so I wonder if that's just an indication of where you are. You can see there are places to fly to as well, which is a big deal on this. And then it looks like it's got the ZA Royale, like Battle Tower Pentagon, right there as well, to indicate that it's a big area. But very interesting. We'll move on here in this trailer and see what else we can see here. You got the Furfru, the Farukaru.
If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle.
So this guy, stopping at 2057. You can see already, like, you're in a battle with this guy. He's got Pansage, which confirms the 3 elemental monkeys are going to be in the next game, by the way, as everybody anticipated, first time on the Switch. And you can see it gets your Totodile, without it looking. And then this is a rank D trainer. So, all right, so we get a little more information actually in that top right area on this part at 2101, Connor. Couple big things here. Lore is on a roof, which is fun. She's got a Florges at 44. She's rank D. Okay, so back in the day, 44 would have been a pretty high level, right? And I'm going to point out a couple things that I'm noticing here, because there are a few. So you've got the rank D for there. I think that's going to be one of the highest we see in this trailer. You've still got the green areas out to the right there. But if you see Connor to the left, there's a yellow area. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
What is that new area, right?
Wow.
Is it a combo area? Because you can see a little red peeking out there as well. Very, very surprising, interesting as well. And then if you look in the top right, you see the money, and you see this person has 4,300 tickets of 38,000 and 212 Poke Gold. Yep, and 3 wins. Right, so let's see what else is coming out here. Advantage. So if you attack first, you have the advantage, it looks like. Which is interesting. I guess you can catch these trainers off guard.
During battles, using a super effective move
got out
at the
of
right
it.
moment is key.
And then digging, so it's like dig. You and I talked about this before. That's kind of like in the normal games, right, where you can dig the turn before to try to dodge something, right? But now you're doing it in real time, which is pretty cool, to say the least. All right, we continue on here. You've got that. You got Mega Evolution with Alakazam for the first time here. It's our first time seeing Alakazam, I should say, more accurately. And then here we go. This is a cool one here. So at 21-23, you have battle zones, and then you have a promotional match that you have to do. And you've earned your next Challenger's ticket. So there we go. So there are tickets.
There it is.
So you have to have tickets.
Meter reaches the max. Yeah, because it shows that ticket meter at max level there on the left. Looks like once you max out your tickets for that zone, you get the ability to challenge the next trainer. This could be what stringing the wins together means. That the more wins you string together, the more, kind of like in a game like Hearthstone, if you're playing ranked, that you get more and more stars as you get a bigger and bigger win streak. Could be that you progress your ticket faster and faster to help you speed through zones that you're kind of dominating. So that could be what that is. Who knows?
This is wild. Also, quick note. Boltund is on that guy's jacket. So, almost a confirmation right there of some Gen 8 Pokemon being in this, or at least should be in it. So, that is interesting as well. And then Z for Zach. Connor, you want to tell everybody what you were noticing here with this?
Yeah, so it looks like all the trainers that are the kind of benchmark, the promotion match trainers, are going to have the first letter of their name line up with the letter that they represent, it looks like. Later in the trailer, we're going to see, I think someone's name is Yvonne, I think is the next one that you see after Zach. So it looks like that's kind of a fun little naming convention. Yeah, at 21-32, we see Yvonne. So I'm guessing she's the Y benchmark trainer or kind of progression match that you'd have to do. So it's a little interesting thing.
Dude, these are going to be like gyms. We'll have to dive into that more, but these are like intense gyms. Also, people have been wondering what the names of the characters are, right? Because the main characters always have names. Looks like she's going to be Harmony. So that is interesting. Either that or that is a name they gave her and they just kept it in there. But we'll keep going on here. So you get to rank Y after you've won that battle.
Trainers who reach the top are
so everybody's trying to get to rank A, it looks like, which is not a big surprise. Yvonne was shown there. Connor, there she was. And then you've got that little battle portion. Was that it?
Day and night.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. So let's kind of break this down here a little bit. I'm going to go back. I think most importantly, I want to go to that battle on the roof, because I think that has a ton of information in it, to be honest with you. And oh man, where is this one? Give me a second. I got to find it. Do you remember what it was at? There we go. 21 minutes, pretty much right on the dot. So it's really interesting to see, right? Because we've got Lore, up here with her rank D, level 44. That means rank A's are probably going to be in the 50 to 60 range, maybe higher, which is no joke, to say the least. I like the idea of being able to sneak up behind a trainer. You can see your character, is kind of bent over. You get the first attack. It gives you an advantage. Since these are like live action battles, Connor, it's going to make things very, very different. And really interesting. I guess I'm going to ask you, like, as a former competitive Pokemon player, does this excite you, or does it make you wish that, like, they had something like this, but with traditional battles as well. Or maybe both. Does it still excite you that?
It feels like this is just a complete paradigm shift. I mean, it is. So it's like the part of me that misses the old battling, the battling I'm used to, wants me to be able to engage with this whole game turn-based. But I just can't go into the game wanting that, I think is kind of my mentality towards
That's
it.
Good.
Like, this just is something totally different. I'm excited to play it. I like kind of live action. This is almost plays like an ARPG, not quite like a Diablo or a Path of Exile, but it's similar. Like, you're moving your Pokemon around, doing attacks, dodging. There's kind of a sequence to fights. Like, that is an element of a game like that. So it's certainly different at a fundamental level, but I'm excited for it, honestly. I mean, I think that this is going to be it's going to change the way you approach battling in general. Like, because it is no longer just how strong your Pokemon are, it's how skilled you are as a trainer to like put them in advantageous positions. Like with this, you're sneaking up on someone. It would be better for him to actually switch in a different Pokemon here, like a flying type or a fire type, to get like I would think a stab advantage versus just.
Well, remember, Florges is a fairy type.
Oh shoot! I was thinking grass. So never mind. This is fine. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I was like, oh wait, yeah, no. I always forget that Florges has no grass. I would have thought
really,
it is shocking.
Very deceptive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But continue.
But anyway, so that is something that I think will be interesting to see, is basically how good you are at approaching these fights with this new system, because it is a totally different way of approaching fights from a strategy point of view. So I'm excited for it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped, honestly. The idea of multiple big battle gyms, like stuff like gyms, right, where it's like, I almost feel like this is the next progression of gyms specifically, like where it's like, you got to fight all these trainers in this area and then you get to battle the big bad. I'm personally excited. This is gonna sound so dumb, Connor, but like, as a person who writes about these games and stuff as well, I'm excited because we're gonna be able to cover all of the trainers, right? Like, we're gonna be able to be like, here's the best team to beat Zach at Z. Here's the best team to do this. Here's their team and the Pokemon that they have and the moves that they have. Like, there's so much information that's going to be in this game and be available. That's something that I'm really excited about, and I love the idea because they've been progressing, right? Like, with Scarlet and Violet, we basically had all 18 types were given like their own gym, essentially, right? So we had the normal gyms, and maybe it's not 18, it might be 16. I can't remember right now. Brain's farting. Either way, however many types there are in Pokemon, right? You had your gym leaders, but then you also had the team star battles, and then you had it is 18. Okay, so then you had the, alpha, or not alpha Pokemon, but the big Pokemon battles, right? With like Bombardier and Cloth and all that, right? So you have all of those, and it was like, okay, so every type basically has some sort of big deal. Now it's like, oh, it's not just going to be typing. You're going to be having to battle through each one of these people who like own a zone, right? And it almost even reminds me of like a combination of Pokemon Go, where you own like a gym, right? And you have to go and you have to beat everybody at it. So it's a really, really cool concept. I'm going to give Pokemon all the flowers in the world for this one. This might be, along with the battling innovations, like, this might be one of the best things that they have put in Pokemon in a very long time. And while I was already pretty excited about this game, this takes me from like an B+ level of excitement to easily an A. As long as the rest of this game like plays well, I think that this is going to be fantastic. My last thought here too is I wonder how the day-night cycles are going to work, because we knew that they were probably going to. It looks like now, Connor, and I will say, I just noticed this right now as we were looking on the left side, that little meter, has gone further around, so you can see how long each night and day is. This is wild. I love this concept, dude. I'm stoked, to be honest.
The whole shift, from what it sounds like, is we're shifting from things happening in like frozen time to real time.
Yeah.
The battles are no longer in a time vacuum. Like, they're happening while the clock is ticking to go to daytime, I would think.
Yeah.
So like the whole way time works in this game is going to be really interesting. I also want to point out, this is something that I just noticed. So the trainer in this scenario, in I guess this D zone, assuming they're rank E right now, is 3 wins in, and they're only 4,300 points of 38,000.
I was just thinking that too.
That means that if that's the case, and there's no scaling for stringing together wins, that it's going to take 40 wins, roughly, to get out of the zone. 35, maybe 30, but that's bonker. That's a lot of trainer fights, which means you're going to have to come back to these multiple nights at the higher levels, I would think. So this sounds like there could be a totally different, kind of storyline leading you through a lot of this game, and this is just kind of like a side thing. This could just be a really, really extensive battling kind of side quest in the game, because if this is the main storyline, I mean, it is going to be a lot of battle. I mean, and it could very well be. This could be like the thing, which I would be fine with. Like this is a great way to kind of replace gyms. I mean, it definitely could be. That is a lot of battles,
dude. What I'm just realizing too is like, so you're gonna have, obviously XP is gonna act differently. Now we've had, basically the XP all, right, the shared XP for all your Pokemon for a while now. I'm sure, I think we've even see that happening in here. I wonder how that's going to work, because it looks like they level up pretty easily, but maybe it's just because they're facing like certain level Pokemon or whatever, right? But along with that, what I love about these Legends games, Connor, is that, a lot of the things that we saw in Pokemon Legends Arceus started to kind of, work their way into the main series, right? And what they did in that game that I thought was great were 2 things. One, they made catching Pokemon different. You could still battle them and catch them the old way if you wanted to, right? Which was awesome. But you could also go around and just catch them, making it feel like you were in the anime. I think everybody looks at the anime as a way that they would love for Pokemon to get, because that feels like the most quote-unquote realistic way that you could. But along with that, what they added, Connor, that I thought was great and made the game really good was quests. It made filling out your Pokédex so much more fun. Not just going and getting all the Pokemon, but, trying to get them all to level 10 and everything like that. Now, this next step that they're taking is for battling. They are changing the way we fundamentally do battles, even more so than we did in Legends Arceus. And they're making it more fun, more interesting, right? Like, sometimes trainer battles felt like such a drag, right? It was like, gosh, I'm going through, I think it was like Gen 3 or 4 is like one of the longest routes in Pokemon history, and just in terms of like how many battles you have to go through. I want to say it's the swamps in Gen 3, but it's either Gen 3 or Gen 4. Either way, it doesn't matter. But you go through them and you're just like, God, man, I mean, it's battle after battle after battle after battle, and like, that's great. It's very challenging. But at the same time, it was like, what is the point to me having to do all this, right?
Yeah.
Now you are getting an opportunity to battle trainers, and it's gonna get you towards something. You are working towards something by battling all these trainers, and it's also obviously gonna help your Pokemon level up, but it's just, what a great concept, man. I can't believe that they were able to come up with this, and I think it's gonna be, hopefully, executed very well. This feels like this was like the big portion of the game that they wanted to make. And I'm surprised that they did this in a Nintendo Direct and not their own thing. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm shocked by that. My last point here on this part, probably most of it, is this gets me very excited for Gen 10. We saw a lot of things like I just talked about in Gen 9 from Legends Arceus. It feels like they are setting up Gen 10 to just be absolutely mind-blowing next year. I hope next year at least. And I'm stoked for this. Connor, I'm very pleased with the way this game is looking right now.
Yeah, I think that this is like we've talked about so much. I think a lot of people in the community feel this way. This is that kind of necessary next step for Pokemon as they evolve to a newer player base and like stay relevant, keep the game fresh for the old heads like you and me. And this just seems like, I mean, again, we have to wait till we see the execution and how it actually plays out. This just seems like a fantastic step. I'm very excited. I was excited for Legends Arceus, but like middlingly so. This is a totally different, to me, level of, I think Legends Arceus is going to have walked so this could run in some ways. So I'm stoked, honestly. So yeah, I don't have a lot of other analytical thoughts in the video. I think that we have to wait and see what the winning in each zone means. Is it, do you string them together? Is it just overall wins? Can you just take some losses in between there and come back? How did the tickets advance? What do you use gold for? We still have a lot of questions here, which is good because there's plenty of room for us still to be surprised, which is great. So,
yeah.
This is a great teaser to me, and I think does the job exactly right. And I think, to your point, the reason they probably held some of this off till Nintendo Direct is they know that some of their audience is not watching the Pokemon Day. They're just Nintendo fans, and this is maybe a way to reel in some people who are just Nintendo fans, maybe more Mario or Sonic fans or something, and get them excited about this new Pokemon game as well. So
that's fair. Yeah.
Who knows? But the Nintendo Direct in 3 hours has 2.5 million views. So a lot of people are seeing this in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked. I had one more thought that I came up with. I probably will have 1,000 of them, to be honest with you, as we continue to dissect this. I'm planning on making a video as well where I'll break down the whole trailer, Pokemon that you didn't see, all the things you didn't notice, those kinds of trailers. So I'm pretty excited about that. But Connor, one of the things that I noticed, or that I thought about, is there going to be a level cap? Right? Are they going to start capping levels until you can reach past certain, ways? Like Pokemon did that back in the day, and they've really kind of gotten away from it. I feel like where your gym badges would allow you to have Pokemon up to certain levels, right? So then you're just not just sitting there grinding the first, Pokemon that you get against, a million level, 5 Rattatas, and becoming a level 100, Charizard in Gen 1, right? So they soft capped things in the past. I wonder if they're going to do that again so that you're not able to just kind of roll through all of these. I kind of hope that they do, personally.
Yeah,
but
I can see it.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see what this is going to be because I'm interested about this yellow. This big yellow spot here in the left is really interesting to me because it's literally right next to green and red. It might even just be like this is a safe zone area during the night. I can't imagine living in Lumios where every single night you're going to bed and all through the night people are battling Pokemon. Talk about never being able to sleep. You'll need Drowsy or whatever Pokemon you can find that gives you hypnosis at this point. Very much the only way for you to sleep through the night here. But I will say that, like, again, this really takes me to the next level for excitement for this game. I'm stoked. With all the Mega Evolution rumors and everything that are coming out, I think this, if they can kind of tweak the graphics to be a little bit better, because even right now they look pretty paltry, to be honest. Like the grass is quite literally just flat. Like the hedges. Hilarious. Yeah, I mean it's not great. I think that they will update it. I think they'll get the lighting a little bit better. I will say the lighting on your characters looks pretty good already. The moonlight looks, I think, very nice.
As it should, yeah. Yeah,
as it should. But I'm hopeful that they will, because like part of it is it does have that kind of that Pokemon feel to it with these kinds of graphics, but at the same time, I think we're going to need a little bit more than that, to be honest with you. I had to put a graphics thing in there. Everybody loves to talk about graphics, but I guess I'll ask, any final thoughts before we sign off here?
I don't think so. Excited to see what you can break down in your next video. And as Rob said earlier on, just make sure and like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying this content. We're in the speculation phase right now, and so that is what a lot of our energy is going to be naturally committed to. But when this game does come out, we are attached to the GameHouse.com, which is a kind of like news media source for gaming and esports and sports. So we're going to have a lot of written guides there. We'll have a lot of those kind of imported as videos as well. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to be a really holistic news source for Pokemon, as well as funny entertainment stuff too. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, drop us a like and subscribe and check out the website. So that's all I got. Just a plug.
Hey man, plug away. We appreciate all of you who've already joined us, and we hope more of you will. So yeah, that'll wrap it up for us on this one. So with that, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.